Okay, this was the working part of the base, and a lot of this stuff is new and people wouldn't recognize it, but a lot of this stuff you will recognize if you were ever stationed here. 35th EMS Mobility right there. You can see the AGS parts store. Some of this existed back then and still exists. See, right down the road is the phase hangar. I'm going to drive over there. Say it's an industrial airport now. See a big old China Cargo 747 back there. More working parts of the base. Anybody who's ever stationed here before can probably remember that control tower. There's the fire station. And this is a memorial. See, there's a lot of refurb / stored aircraft out here. Let's bring back a lot of memories. This is the view a lot of us saw every day at work, except for the new buildings. That mountain right there could be seen from anywhere in Victorville or Atlanta. So if you got lost, you found that mountain, chances are you could probably find your way to where you were going. Just gonna take a little drive through here. See if I recognize anything. Everything looks pretty familiar. I don't think anybody would recognize that thing though. It's a huge industrial complex. The hangar in the background back there with the gray or blue top, that was the first hangar I ever worked in. This is an F4 that was restored by these fellows right here on the plaque. I read about this while it was being done. Glad it's here. At least so you can see the history of this base. That's really the only static display out here. By the time I got to this base, this was a battle damage trainer, so it was no longer flying. But the F4 is literally the first aircraft I ever worked on. There's the 35th CRS. Some other buildings people would probably recognize that have worked here before. Fuel tank farm over there. This is what really interests me. Across from all the nose docks over there, that was the hangar I used to work in. With the absence of that protruding part right there with the 4 black, looks like some kind of ducts on it, that rolls away from the building. I've been here before when they've rolled that away from the building. That's to get bigger aircraft in there. But we had 6 or 8 phase docks in there for F4s. That's all we worked in there. This hangar that says Boeing on it did not exist. This was just a big parking lot. As far as I can remember, because I can remember where the edge of that hangar was, you could walk out and that was a smoking area and it was all wide open. It's good to see some stuff that I can recognize, like those nose docks. And like the CRS building. Gets me a little misty though. That 747 sitting outside this Boeing hangar. Looks like it's in the middle of something. This was some tanks behind it here. I'm sure people will find that easy to identify, but now it's looks to be like an Amazon distribution center. Yep, that was POL back there. I've got friends that work there. Jeff, that's for you, man. POL. It's an Amazon delivery place now. This is what's left of George Air Force Base housing. And I used to live here in this general area, but I cannot actually remember exactly where my house was. I only lived here probably about 6 months after Gulf War I. And of course you can see that it's all just falling down. Some of it's been demolished already. George Air Force Base has turned into a logistical airport, and I'm going to go over there in a minute. But I lived here right after Gulf War I. I was probably about 20 when I lived here. And now I'm 54. That has been a long time ago. Sort of grew up here. All right, going out what used to be the front gate onto Air Base Road. It's now called Air Expressway. And this is going towards Atalanta. We affectionately called it Ghetto. That's where a lot of us younger airmen lived, including myself. It was my first actual legitimate apartment. And I lived there for a couple of years until Gulf War I. I recognize that place. These were the very first apartments I ever lived in. I don't think they were called that back then. But my exact apartment was right there. That one right there on the bottom. People get sort of funny about you filming their place that they live.